Hi, welcome back, it's Susan. I've made this card today and I've used this polar bear die set. There's 7 dies in the set and there's the 2 larger bears, the rest of the cubs, and it's £5.75. Free P&P if you're in the UK, and you know it's Craftaddictionuk. Got a coupon code susan5 for an extra 5% off as always. So I'm going to get straight into it. I've cut a frame out with some dies I've got, a torn edge die. I don't know where I got it from or whose it is, and I can't even remember the last time I used it, but I've had a play with it and I've cut a frame. Now I've cut 2 different cardstocks to make this frame. I don't really like how the white card is underneath. So I'm just using that as a backing for my cardstock of choice to go on top. So just popping my glue all around there. And just marrying that design up and getting them level. It's easy to do. Just to make that a little bit sturdier for my project. Now this frame measures roughly 6 by 6. And I've cut a piece of card which is just under 6 by 6. I don't want it over hanging that frame. I've cut some bits and pieces out, so these bears are absolutely stunning. I love them. Just got stitched edge, and look at all those fur imprints. Beautiful. I've looked in my stash as well, and I found these winter leaves, and I think this was a Lady E design set. Poinsettia and winter leaves, I think. So I'm going to show you how I've coloured one of them. So I've chosen a couple of colours and my small brayer. So going through with that old olive, just brayering it on. And that's enough. But I have got a mark on my ink pad. So I've just got some sellotape and picked it off. No trouble at all. So getting garden green, just going to clean my brayer off on some copier paper. Taking some of that garden green and doing it at a different angle. I still want some white showing through. Cleaning my brayer again. Don't throw it away, because you can cut things out of it. You can cut leaves out of it. You can keep building it up until you've got a proper background. Don't waste your ink. So I'm going to just clean my mat. And I really like how that looks. It does look very wintry. I did one earlier with different greens, but I do like that darker one. So I've got an embossing mat. I'm just going to roughly place where I'm thinking of having my design, just to guide me onto my next part. Yeah, I'm deciding I'm having that darker green on there. So I know that I want to do this stencil work along that area. So taking them away. making sure I've got the right side of my cardstock facing downwards. Got a ball tool and my stencil, and I'm just going to go through that stencil with the ball tool. Not all over, I'm not covering it all, I'm just doing random dots just to imitate some snow and give the background a little bit more interest. So you can see I'm just doing it randomly. I want to say absolutely thank you so much to everyone that watched the collaboration with Craftaddictionuk's dies and with Christine Stokes on Wednesday. It's been absolutely phenomenal. So thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and just enjoying the tutorials. And of course, we will be doing the draw for the £20 gift voucher to spend with Craft Addiction UK. We will be announcing the draw next Wednesday. So you've still got plenty of time for anyone that's not seen them to enjoy it. So that's enough with my stencil work. And I think I'm going to get my hill mask. Yep. And some ink, which I've chosen Gina K Soft Stone. Just going to test that on the scratch paper. I don't want it too dark, but I didn't know what extra colour I'd already got on the brush. So yeah, I'm going with that. So just there, I want it a bit deeper, and then I'm going to do it with a lighter hand further down. Moving that stencil, that hill mask, and I'm doing a very light grey there. I just want it to look like a snowdrift. You can always add more if you need to, but if you've already done it too strong, you can't take it away. So I'm just picking a little bit more up. I'm turning it to the side, I think, as well in a second. Just to add a little bit more. Such an easy way of doing it. And that's it. I just want a subtle background. So I'm going to stick the frame, but I'm going to put the glue on the edge of this backing. Just so that I know that when I put the frame on, as long as it's not hanging over the outer edge of the frame, it's going to be stuck down perfectly. So placing that on. And giving it a good rub then from the back. So that's my background. It's just putting it all together now. So I'm going to place the larger bear just coming off that edge, just so it's just out of the frame, and putting some foam pads on the back just to elevate it. And I'm just going to check to see if those foam pads are in its correct position. Yeah, and I'm just going to put a smaller pad just on the bear's head. So placing that on. I love it when the scene starts to come together. I'm having the smaller bear that's sat down up on that hill. Just waiting for them to catch up with him. And I know it's June, but we always make Christmas cards all year round, don't we? If you make a few here and there, by the time it comes to Christmas, your majority of cards are made. And of course, when I received these polar bears, I just had to make a Christmas card. And I'm going to fan those out from that corner edge. So just getting my wet glue. And popping that one in the centre. And that's all the colour that I'm going to pop onto this card. It doesn't need anything else. And I know that if you're in the US, you make smaller cards. Understandable with your postage. But I'm giving you a design idea. You can always resize whatever card I make. You can always resize it for your own dimensions. It's just the design. I'm showing you a design, which I hope you'll love. I'm popping that foam tape on. And a lot of people have been asking me if I do my own envelopes. Yes, I certainly do make my own envelopes. Because I do different size cards, I just like to make my own envelopes. I have got a tutorial on how I do it. So if you have a look at my back catalogue, it's called, I think it's called Let's Make Envelopes. Now I've got my cardstock, which is 7 by 7, but at this point I realise I haven't done my sentiment. And I've done one on the computer, sending Christmas wishes, and cut it out with a die ready. And I'm having it on the side. So at this point, I'm just going to pop it onto that foam tape, pull that tab out, and just make sure it's level. So I'm going to run a bead of glue just down that edge and proceed to pop it onto my base card. And I hover it over just to get it lined up and press it down when I'm ready. Just pull in those tabs. So that's my card done, and I hope you've liked it. Like and subscribe, ring the notification bell. I'll leave everything in the description box, so press the more button, and don't forget my code, Susan5. See you again very soon.